All right, guys, hello and welcome. We are live. Today we are doing a 30-minute abs and core workout. We're going to be specifically targeting those ab lines, those obliques, as well as your lower belly pooch, and then everything in between. And all you need for today's workout is just your body and a mat. We're going to be doing everything body weight. We have 8 exercises, 30 seconds each move, followed by about a 15-second transition just for yourself to get set up for the next move. And then we'll be doing that for a total of 3 rounds. As always, you want to go at your own pace. Make sure to take whatever option that you need for your fitness level and have fun. So let's go ahead and get started by warming up our core. We're going to come into an all-fours position. You're going to stack the shoulders on top of wrists, hips directly on top of those knees. Nice flat back here. I want you to focus on pressing your belly button to your spine. From here, on your inhale, you're going to find an arch. You're going to lift that tailbone up to the sky. Shoulders come back and down, eyes gaze forward, feeling that stretch in your belly. And then on your exhale, you're going to round the spine, chin to chest, pelvis tucks under, back of the heart lifts up to the sky. Again, inhale, finding your arch, and then exhale, finding your round. We'll do that a few times at your own pace. Feel free to match your breath to your movement here. And this is really helpful to just warm up the spine and start to engage with your belly. Every single time you find that contraction, I want you to think about squeezing your belly button into your spine, tightening everything up. Let's do one more here, and then rest. Good. Come to a neutral position. We'll go into a few bird dogs. So you're going to extend that right leg back behind you. You want to find your balance, and then from here, lift your left hand up. So you're reaching to opposite ends of your body. Energy reaching through your fingers and your toes. Eyes are looking down. You're making sure that you're not collapsing into the shoulder here like this. You really want to pull out. Sitting up nice and tall. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Reset. And then let's switch sides. Extend that left leg nice and long. Once you find your balance, lift your right hand forward. Again, you're pressing that belly button to the spine, finding your balance. And if you're a little wobbly, that's totally okay. Just do the best that you can. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Reset. All right, from here, we're going to go into a high plank. So we're going to step these feet back about shoulder distance apart. Nice straight line from head to heels. If you need an option, you can drop down to those knees. Let's just make sure that those hips stay down to get the abs. From here, we're going to pike those hips up nice and high. Feel that nice stretch along your calves, hamstrings, shoulders, and back. And then come back to your high plank. We're going to just move through this, creating a nice dynamic warm-up here. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Onto the knees, and let's swivel down to our seat. We're going to go ahead and do a few more core exercises to warm everything up, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Now, as you're laying down, you want to make sure to bend those knees. Super important. This is what so many people do wrong, is that they don't connect to the by pelvis under. So if you notice that there's a small space in between the mat and the low back, you want to close that space by tucking that pelvis under, and it's almost as if you're trying to squeeze the belly button down to the ground. So I want you to connect to the core by squeezing the core, not really doing anything. You're just closing that gap from your low back to the mat. Then I want you to lift those knees to tabletop. Notice the difference? Now your core is more supported and stronger here. Now we're going to bring those hands above the shoulders, and then we're going to move through our dead bugs. So kind of same thing as the bird dog reach. The right arm and left leg lower down, and then you're going to switch almost as if you're moving through mud. So super, super slow.
If you notice that your low back is starting to lift off, then reduce the range of motion by bringing the leg a little bit higher to the sky, or just keeping a slight bend in those knees and not straightening all the way. We're gonna stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna actually stay on our back for our first exercise. Hopefully you felt that core engagement. Now coming up is bike pedals. We're gonna bring the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Using your abs, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. There's no pulling of the neck. You're gonna come to that tabletop position. Again, low back is planted to the mat. And then you're going to bike those feet straight out in front of you. Again, if that low back starts to lift up, just bring those legs a little bit higher. We're gonna stay here for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now you wanna make sure that you're breathing throughout this exercise. Now the lower the leg goes, the harder this move gets, but you always wanna make sure that you maintain proper form before trying to make this move more difficult. We want to protect your low back. And then make sure your chin is off your chest here, elbows wide, you're not pulling on that neck. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, lay it on down. From here, we're gonna focus on the lower abs. So you're gonna bring those hands underneath the hips to support. Legs are straight or slightly bent. You're gonna lower down as low as you can go, again, maintaining that connection, and then squeeze the lower. Do this for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Comes down. And now try your best to relax your shoulders here, relax your upper body. Those lower the work. And again, it's going to make this move. Make sure you exhale on the way down, connecting to those low abs. Let's do, and good. Place those heels down to the floor. Take a breath. Third exercise is heel reaches. This is going to help us connect to those ab lines, those oblique muscles that run down your sides. You're going to lift your shoulder blades off the floor, palms are facing up. From here, you're going to reach your right hand to your right heel, left hand, squeezing the space in between your rib cage and your hips. You want to keep those shoulders lifted off the floor the entire time. If you need an option, you can bring one hand behind the head for some neck support and do the same exact thing. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Side, side. So getting into those side abs, our oblique muscles. It's not just the front of the abs. There's so many different exercises that you can do to train the entire core. And our core wraps around our entire torso. So hopefully this gives you straight up. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. We're gonna target those obliques even more. Let's come to your side. Coming up, we have side plank hip dips. Definitely very challenging, so I'm gonna provide options for you. Your shoulder is stacked directly on top of that elbow. Your first option is keeping this bottom knee down, lifting the hips up, and then dropping the hip down, squeezing the abs on the way up. That's your beginner option. Your second option, most advanced one, is stacking both legs and dropping it down. You can try whichever one works for your body. We're gonna take off for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm gonna go with my most advanced option, and then if I start to feel like I'm losing my form or it gets way too difficult, Then I'm gonna drop down to my option. You wanna make sure that your chest stays open. I don't know about you, but I'm shaking over here. Make sure your eyes are looking forward, connecting to those side abs, those obliques. They're on fire right now. And rest. Woo! Let's switch sides. We're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing. So really important that we stay balanced. So if you drop the knee on the first one, make sure to drop the knee on the second one. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down and up. And you don't also have to touch the floor all the way down if you can't or don't want to. You can just come to about halfway. That's totally okay. Making sure that you're breathing all throughout this workout today. Almost there. And rest. Woo! Okay, we're gonna hop to our high plank position. Coming up, we have cross mountain climbers. So take a look. You're gonna go into your high plank pose. Again, stacking those shoulders on top of the wrists. Feet are gonna be about shoulder distance apart. You're gonna cross your right knee to your left elbow, then cross your left knee to your right elbow, all the while keeping those hips down. So your goal is to not lift those hips up at all. Take as many breaks as you need. If you need those options, you can just slow it down. All right, here we go. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Crossing it. Now, I like to go at a pretty moderate pace. I don't really like to go super fast. And the reason why is this helps me to make my moves intentional. It helps me to connect to my core. And if you even can touch the knee to the elbow, even better. Last 2 and rest. Woo! All right, so we have 2 more exercises. I hope you're hanging in there with me. Coming up, we have our low plank taps, which will help us connect to our entire core on the front side, but definitely our low abs as well. So you're gonna come into a low plank, so your forearms are parallel to each other. You're gonna come into that nice straight line, hips are down. When you touch the knees down, I want you to focus on curving the low abs here, like rounding and like tucking that booty under, and then come back to your plank. So you're gonna tuck and then come back to plank, all right? So 30 seconds here, take as many breaks as you need again. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Tuck it in and release it. Make sure your eyes are looking directly in between your hands. Your shoulders are stacked right on top of those elbows. Squeeze the booty. Rounding the booty on that tuck and then straightening out. Breathe. Last one. And rest. Good. Just drop down to your tummy. Our last exercise is going to focus on the back side of our core. So you might not think that our core is in our back muscles, but it is. So we're gonna be working on our back abs, so to speak. So you're gonna bring those hands forward, extending the legs nice and long. We got Supermans. So the eyes are looking down, lengthen the back of the neck. You're gonna squeeze the booty to lift your chest and legs off the floor. Hold it for a second, slowly come back down with control. If you need an option here, lift your right hand and left leg up at the same time, and then switch sides. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lift up and down. Reach and lower. Holding it up for a second, coming back down. This really helps with posture. It helps to kind of negate all of the hunching and rounding that we do at our desks, on the couch, when we're texting. This will help support your spine. Last one. And rest. Good. That is your circuit. Nice job. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water, towel down, and feel free to let me know in the comments how you feel. You can tell me now or you can wait until the very end of class. So we did a lot of work today in all different directions of our core. We were doing things to the front, doing things to the side, doing things to the back. This is so much better than just traditional crunches. You're gonna get such a great workout doing this type of core training. So we're gonna go ahead and do everything again from the very top, and 30 seconds on the clock for each exercise. Our transitions might be a little bit shorter because you know the exercises now, they're more familiar, but again, you can pause this video, take as many breaks as you need. Here we go. Bike pedals are coming your way. We're gonna lift the shoulder blades off the floor, holding that crunch as we lengthen those legs. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Maybe dropping that heel a little bit closer to the floor. Again, connecting to that pelvis, keeping that low back grounded on the mat. Keeping your chin off your chest, lifting those shoulder blades off the mat. If you notice that you're starting to lose the crunch, pick up your upper body a little bit more. Last 2, and rest. Good. Take a small break. Next exercise, we have our leg raises. Let's bring those 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Down. Breathe here. Inhale on the way up. We're getting stronger every single time. Fitness goals. Last one. Good. Reaches, which help us connect to our obliques. So palms are facing up. Crunch in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Side to side. Keeping that chin off your chest. Again, if you need additional neck support, you can bring that hand behind the head. And make sure your feet are far enough so that you actually have some distance to reach. If it's too close and you can just touch it like this, that's not gonna do anything. So make sure it's far enough away from your glutes to make this move challenging. Last 2, and rest. Woo! All right, hug those knees in. Come into our side plank, hip dips. Now this move is definitely really difficult. So if you need to drop down to that option where you have your bottom knee down, please go ahead and do it. I'll do it for this round in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop it down and lift up. You can even place your hand right on those abs and feel it start to connect and contract. It should feel tight. That's what we're working here. You'll also feel your side glutes burning out as you lift those hips up and down. Stay with me, you got this. And rest. Whew. All right, let's switch sides. Left elbow down or right elbow. Bottom knee is down if you took that option on the other side. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Down and up. Open up that chest. Eyes are looking forward. Lifting those hips as high as you can. Awesome work.
You were so close. Woo! And rest. Oh, goodness. I'm glad that one's over. We're gonna go ahead and go into our cross mountain climbers. So this focuses on the front of the abs as well as those obliques. So here we go, high plank position, driving those knees to the opposite elbows, keeping those hips down the entire time. Common mistake that I see for this one is hips are up like this and you're starting to do your mountain climbers like that. That is not doing anything for you. Drop the hips down and keep it nice and flat the entire time. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Cross it. Make sure those eyes are looking in between the hands as well. If you're looking at your feet, you're probably lifting your hips up. So let's drop those hips, keep them flat. Almost there. And rest. Oh, okay. Coming up, we have 2 more exercises, low plank taps. So we're gonna be on our elbows, tapping those knees down, coming back to your low plank. Again, forearms are parallel, so let's try not to hold our hands here. Let's make sure that they're on 2 different railroad tracks. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Tap it, come back. Again, actively connect to your low abs. Every time those knees drop down, slightly tuck that pelvis under. Breathe. You got this. And rest. Nice work. On your tummy. Let's go into our Supermans. If you're hanging with me, I know how awesome you're doing right now. You're challenging yourself. Let's get through this together. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lift up and down. Holding it up for a second. Lengthen those arms and legs. Eyes are looking down. Lengthen the back of the neck. You're doing great. Keep it up. Last one. And rest. Oh my goodness, 2 rounds down. Hey, guess what? I told you at the very beginning of class that we were gonna do 3 rounds, but for the sake of time, we don't have time to do the 3rd one. So instead, we're gonna do some bonus exercises to finish to really make this workout the best workout possible for our abs and our core. So let's finish off on our backs. We're gonna do a couple of different exercises here. Now the first one, we're gonna go into scissor kicks. This is gonna help us with our overall abs, obliques, everything that we've been working on. So again, we're gonna hold our crunch here, shoulder blades are lifted. Your legs are nice and straight or a slight bend. You're going to just scissor kick, dropping the foot maybe a few inches off the mat. If you need that option, you can keep those legs straight, go 1 foot at a time until you build that strength again to be able to do the whole exercise. 30 seconds here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Again, you're not pulling on your neck. You're just using those hands as a pillow. I promise you are almost done. Stay with me. And rest. Good. All right, last exercise. It's kind of an exercise and a stretch.
We're gonna go into windshield wipers. So we're gonna come into that tabletop position as you already know, and then you're going to bring those knees all the way to the right. You're gonna squeeze those oblique muscles, which are on the side of your tummy, to bring it back to center, and then you're gonna switch. Are just placed in a T position, or you can bring them at an angle. Just make sure that they're flat on the floor. Last exercise, and we get to stretch everything out. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop it down. Squeeze those abs. Oh yeah. And then swing. Really great move for your spine as well. Maybe you're while you do this. This is your last one. And rest. Awesome job. Let's lay it on out. Extend those legs, extend those hands, stretch out the belly. We did a lot of abs and core today, so it's very important we just stretch it out. Really, really great job. Let's hug those knees into the chest. And we're gonna allow those knees to drop to the right as we gaze to the left. You should feel a nice stretch along those obliques, your hips, maybe a subtle opening in your chest and shoulders as well. Now you're gonna bring those knees back to center, and then you're gonna switch. This work over again, but if you don't have good nutrition, if you're not paying attention to what you eat, you won't be able to see visible results of abs, if that's your goal. So if you want fatter belly, if you want toned stomach, 80% nutrition and 20% properly. Let's bring those knees into the chest. Give it a nice hug here. And then let's roll on up and then come to your all fours position. We're gonna go into a child's pose actually. So let's bring those knees nice and wide, big toes touch, hips come back, and then forehead comes to the mat. Stretch those hands nice and long. Walk those hands over to the left side of the mat, stretching the side body. And then bring those hands over to the right. Let's come on up onto your knees. We'll finish off with 2 big deep breaths to finish. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, hands up. And exhale, let it go. Awesome job. Thank you so much.